I wasn't prepared for this order, so I didn't have a box. So now I got to figure it out. I definitely wasn't prepared for somebody to buy two at the same time. What's up, everybody? So I got a couple larger items that I wanted to or that I have to ship today. So I decided to just make this quick video to show you how I do it. It's 3 items, pretty easy to ship. I think it's just 3. Let me double check. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 or 4. So first, we have this Revlon Volumizer. Sold on eBay. Open box item. It's fairly tight in there. Okay. Now, what I don't want it to do is move around, right? So what I'm gonna do is and it was already open. This is just the other end. What I'm going to do is I am going to put a little bit of paper in there. As long as it don't take it over the 2-pound range, which is where I kind of got it. Let me make sure. Yeah, it's still in the 2-pound range. So that right there just helped keep it from moving around. So I just put this little paper in there, make it a little tighter. Close it back up. And then I'm gonna put some tape on that. All right, now, technically, if I wanted, I could just ship this like this. Let me bring this over. All right. I could ship this like this and slap a label on it. Actually, this is how probably Amazon and them would ship it, but I'm not. I do keep various size poly bags, and I do have one that is big enough for this to slide into. Plus, you know, you're getting into the colder months and winter and rain. I ain't gonna ship this out. Like, gotta at least cover it with something. I slide it right in this poly bag. It's already in a box. I'm not about to like put a box in another box. It'll be okay. No need to put fragile stickers or nothing like that. All right. Now this specific item, I'm doing shipping through Pirate Ship. It's going to New Mexico, and UPS Ground Saver is only $9.43, which is a good price for going to New Mexico. And Ground Saver, UPS Ground Saver, if y'all don't know, is the service where UPS starts off the service. So you ship it through UPS, but the last mile part of it is fulfilled by USPS. So you will see a change in the tracking, but it will be tracked and showed as delivered as long as it's delivered. I haven't had any issues with this yet, and I use it fairly frequently. So because it typically comes in cheaper than even Ground Advantage Cubic. So I stopped shipping all heavy items through eBay because eBay doesn't have Ground Advantage Cubic. They don't have that UPS service, and they don't have Priority Cubic. And those services are man, they come in handy. Okay, so next is this heating pad. Okay, it's the second one I done sold. Still got this sticker on it from Target, so I'm gonna just take that off. I had 2 of these. This is the second one that sold. So this is an easy one to ship, right? It's in a box. I'm gonna just tape the top of it because I had to open them just to test them, you know, make sure they still heated up and everything. It's in a box, it's a pad, so this really doesn't need anything but another poly bag. So I'm just gonna throw this in a poly bag too. Look, shipping larger items is not super complicated. You don't wanna overcomplicate it. You wanna do the minimum, but not the minimum that's going to get or cause the item to be damaged. I mean, the minimum that's going to be the cheapest for you, but that's still going to protect the item. You know, don't skimp, because if so, you're going to end up losing money because it's going to get damaged and you're going to be on the hook for the price. So this item, it's a 2-pound item. Let's measure it out real quick. It's about 12 by 8. So ship this out through Pirate Ship. Oh, it actually had my saved dimensions in from the last one. So, and that is going to be Ground Saver is coming in at 864. Ground Advantage Cubit is 867. UPS Ground is 877. So they all about the same price. I don't even remember how much that sold for. Sold for $25. So it's a pretty good. I think my cost of goods on that came on the Target pallet, maybe $2 or so, $2 and some change. It's a good profit. So I am no point in going with the Ground Saver at this point, because I mean, there's not a big difference in price. So I'm gonna go with the Ground Advantage Cubit, only because actually they're all about the same. So when it's only a few cents, I really don't worry about it. 10 cents or more, I start to think about it, because I ship a lot of items. So when I know over the course of the year, I was just talking to, I was on Flipping Goodies channel last night, and I had looked at my total cost just on Pirate Ship. This ain't even counting my shipping costs through eBay and through Amazon. My cost through Pirate Ship was over $44,000 in shipping costs this year. So I mean, if you just think about a 10-cent fee and you add that up, right, that's a lot of money that you can save. That's why I do, like, pennies add up over the course of a year when you're talking tens of thousands of dollars, man. And that's just on Pirate Ship, like I said. So that's why I make a big deal about it sometimes. But in this case, I am going to just go ahead and use Ground Advantage Cubit. And if y'all don't know, these prices are going to go up next year, January 21st. I made a post in my community tab, so make sure you check that out. You should always check out my community tab. I try to post all the what you call it, you know, latest news and things that I come across in that community tab. So, but I posted it January 21st. There's going to be some increases to Ground Advantage, priority mail, and things like that. So check it out. You'll see what it is. All right, so that's that one, right? The next one is a little more tricky, y'all. I have these. So these was on eBay. I had a lot. It was a lot of 3, okay? And let me see. So it was a lot of 3. I had them up for $21.95. So somebody bought both of them at once. And it's going to Texas. So this is going to be very interesting to see the price. All right, so now liquids. I am not afraid to ship liquids, but I am cautious, especially depending on how heavy the liquids are overall. So this right here, if I'm shipping something like this, when you got a spray bottle, I always try to make sure that the spray trigger is locked, right? So you want to make sure all your spray triggers are locked. You don't want them to be easy to press down. So I already went through. I made sure all the spray triggers are locked. Let me see if I can. Now the next trick is, there we go. Now the next trick is boxing, right? What are you going to do with the box? So what I would rather have is for it to stand up, right? Let me see if I can get this right. Problem is, you don't know. You can make it stand up. They still might not follow that, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I wasn't prepared for this order. So I didn't have a box. So now I got to figure it out. I definitely wasn't prepared for somebody to buy 2 at the same time. So, okay. So I have a random box. The problem is, this is kind of the smallest that I got as far as boxes. that might work for these 6. I mean, I got some smaller ones, but then I would have to lay the items down, which I'm trying to avoid. All right, so this is a pretty huge box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to modify this just a little bit. Give me a second. Okay, I hate resizing boxes, super annoying, but this is what we're going to do. So this is how I got them in here. This is how I'm going to line them up. I'm going to do a little bit more, but I just wanted y'all to see. It actually works out perfectly because I can get all 6 to go straight across the box. All right, so that's that step. Again, preferentially for this type of thing, I would rather they stand up. Doesn't mean that as they get shipped, they're going to, but this is how I would rather ship them out. So now, next step, of course, anytime you ship liquids, UPS, USPS, you technically have to like wrap them to make sure if they seep or if they leak, it doesn't like go through the box. I get these from Walmart, pretty cheap. You get 100 of them. It's the 1 gallon twist tie bags, comes in handy. I'm gonna put 2 of those per bag, okay? 2 of those per bag. All right, we got that done. Now, my next step is I'm gonna take some of this paper. I keep a whole box full of stuff like this, right? I save all my packing stuff. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna get us a good idea where this box needs to be taped at. Thing is, you want this to be really tight. You don't want it to be loose, okay? Also, dimension wise, right? You want to get those dimensions down as much as you can, because the larger the box, that can increase your price despite the weight being the same. You know what I mean? Cut this down a little bit more on the inside. We're gonna put these in. Take the paper. Put a little bit more. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wrap these in the paper. Okay, so I kind of got the box down to the size where I want it, so I'm gonna tape it to make it easier to work with. And of course, I ran out. Okay, so if that looked like a headache, trust me when I tell you, it was, man. So this is kind of, let me cut these down. Oh boy, I hate freaking boxing, boy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I hate it. But it ain't gonna stop me from making a couple dollars either, you know? I know I'm cutting the wrong way. I don't want to hear about it. So this is what I got. All right, took that big box down to this, And I wanted to tape it with the items in it first, just so I could make sure like I had it the exact size that I wanted it. Then I took them out just to make sure I got the tape on nice and tight. Nothing's moving. Nothing, the tape's coming off. So that's where I'm at. Perfect, right? Now, take these. And this is just so it can sit on the bottom. So if it does spring a leak, at least there's something on the bottom. And then going across the top. And also, this keeps everything tight. Again, when you're shipping liquids, you don't want it moving around because it's more likely you're going to spring a leak. Still a little bit loose. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use a bunch of these peanuts to make it a little tighter because it's gonna be lighter than the paper. All right, there we go. Boy, this damn tape is not working with me, man. All right, got that part tight. Now you might think I'm going through a lot, but I am, and it's on purpose because I have a pretty much perfect success rate as far as items getting to the customer that are liquids without spillage or damage. So I take that super serious. I don't want to have to refund nobody. I don't want to have to do none of that. So if I'm going to ship it, I need to make sure it's done right the first time. So as of right now, we are pretty much almost done, and we can get our dimensions or our weight and stuff. All right, so we took that huge box down to this. All right, now you want to weigh it. Coming in at 9 pounds. 8 pounds and 12 ounces, but that's 9 pounds. So, bring that up on power ship. In dimensions, we got 14, 13, 5. All right, moment of truth. How much y'all think it's gonna cost? I'm gonna say 12 bucks. $12 or $13. Oh, I was right. A little bit less. So UPS ground got it at $17.63. Ground Advantage coming in the clutch, $11.59. That's the cheapest price. Priority, of course, is 23 bucks. So $11.59 on an almost $50 order is not that bad. Order came up to 43 bucks. It's fine. I'm actually glad I sold these both at the same time because it just makes it better for me to get rid of. So $11.59 using Ground Advantage cubic. See, I can't get that rate on eBay. I could tell you right now what that would cost on eBay because I ain't buying on Pirate Ship, so the item's still over here on eBay. Let me tell you what it would cost on eBay. If I was getting this if I was buying shipping on eBay, it would cost $13.74, so a couple dollars more. UPS was a little bit cheaper than Power Ship in this case at $15.63. So I saved a couple bucks by using Power Ship Ground Advantage Cubic, and that's what I'm saying. eBay don't got Ground Advantage Cubic, so I need that couple dollars, you know. All right, now we got it wrapped. We got it pretty tight. It's not really moving. I can't feel it moving. I didn't have to tape the nozzles or nothing. Usually I'll tape like the bottle, but I didn't in this case because the trigger locks are on. I got the bag. So now I don't know how far this will go, but I do have these because I use these to ship liquids, right? Fragile, this side up. This is why I said I wanted them to stand up. So I'll take these stickers and put them on the outside of the box on all four sides. Again, not sure it's going to matter. It probably won't, no, honestly. But I'm going to do it anyway. Especially with the odd shape of the box. But it does tell them that liquids are in plastic. So fragile, this end up, liquid and plastic. 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we're gonna print the label. Just double check my dimensions because I don't need no adjustments on something this big. 14, 13, 5, 9 pounds. I always double check when I got stuff that's like heavy because you don't want an adjustment on a heavy item, man. Trust me, you don't. You do not. All right, so buy label. Boom, that's it. I do got one more to show y'all. It's a little one, so let me print this out real quick. I ain't gonna lie, man. Ground Advantage, the Ground Advantage period, but especially Ground Advantage Cubic and that UPS Shore Post, I think it is, or whatever it was, Ground Saver or whatever. Those rates, man, sheesh. Those rates been saving me a lot of money, and especially going to like zones that are farther away from me. Man, it's making my business a lot more profitable using those services. For the label, I'm gonna just stick it on the side. And this is how I'm going to give it to the post office because I want them to keep it this way if possible. They probably won't though. All right, last thing. We are shipping something very simple. It's this. This is one of those Barstool products, shampoo and conditioner. Something like this, I'm just going to take. Since it does have a cap with a flip top, I just make sure it's tight. Put the tape over that. Get a bag. Throw it in the bag. Tie it off. Let me print this label. This item's going to Illinois, so it shouldn't be that expensive, honestly. Like $6, yeah, $6 and some change. So we are going to use Ground Advantage Cubic at 612. And what I'm going to do is, I got these boxes. They're 9x7x3. You can get them free from UPS. I do ship UPS. And for all of y'all who, oh, you getting free boxes and you ain't using them for UPS. Oh, yeah, whatever. Sure. Listen. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I do ship UPS a lot, but I don't only use these for UPS. And if you look, there's nothing on there that says UPS. So it ain't like I'm using like a priority to ship UPS items or nothing like that. But anyway, I order a few cases of these at a time. They're 9x7x3. They come in the clutch, and these fit in a priority padded flat rate. So when I do, like say for instance, if this was going to California, right? Well, that's going to cost a lot regardless. So what I would do is I would take this, slap it in there, push down some of the edges, stuff it in a flat rate, priority mail flat rate, and it'll still only cost me $8.30 or so. Actually, the rates went down for the holidays. So it usually would have been $8.30 for the priority flat rate, but since it's going to California, last time I checked, it was only $8.05. So it'll actually save some money. But this is going to Illinois, so I ain't got to worry about it. And I'm going to use Ground Advantage Cubic. It's only $6.12. I can put it in there just like that. And honestly, I don't even got to put, yeah, it'll move, but that's not, it got the tape over the cap. Nothing's going to happen to that, okay? If you want to put some paper or whatever, it's not going to go over the 2-pound mark, so you can kind of do whatever you want. But it's kind of how I ship those things. That's how I ship liquids. I just wanted to show y'all how I ship some of the bigger things, the liquids and things like that. You don't have to overthink it. If it's liquids, you do want to be on the safe side. You would rather do a little bit more than not, especially if it's a higher dollar amount. And with these Ground Advantage Cubic prices and some of these UPS prices, it's worth it to ship these heavier items now. At least for me, it has been. It has been for me. Some, my margins are slimmer. Depends on how heavy and how big, and if I get one of those Puerto Rico orders, you know. But for the most part, it's been working out for me a whole lot better. And so I'm happy with it. But if you think this video was helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this.